So my boy Swirl just asked me about how I feel about the camel spiders. Let me tell y'all what. If y'all don't know what a camel spider is, if you've never seen one, I need you to go to the Googles. Go to the Googles and look up a camel spider. Uh, so they are a spider that is known to be in locations in the Middle East. I don't know if they're anywhere other than the Middle East, but that's where I always saw them. Okay. I used to hear stories about them before my first deployment to Iraq. Um, and even my first deployment to Qatar, I would hear about these, or Qatar as some like to say. I would hear stories about these camel spiders, and I would be terrified because they were like, oh, they chase your shadow, they jump on you, they eat through your flesh, like all these crazy horror stories they would tell you about these spiders. So I said, if I ever see one, I'm not staying to ask no questions. I'm not trying to get a picture. I am Audi 5000. Like, I'm not playing these games. And I meant that shit. So, was it my first? No, my first deployment in Iraq, I really didn't see them as often. Um, I may not even really, I don't remember seeing them when I was in Iraq the first time. But I was also fighting for my life every day I went out on mission, so I don't think that was even a concern for me. I was too worried about getting blew up, okay? So I don't even think camel spiders was even a thought in my mind on that deployment. But my second time to Iraq, when I stayed in the comforts of the facility, of the base, or the installation rather, not facility, I seen they asses all the time, and I was like, why are they so prevalent? Why are they all over this base like roaches? Like, what are we doing? And the maintenance guys would catch them all the time, and they would put them in jars, and I'd be like, can y'all please stop? Because all of y'all are doing is confirming my fear that they are in this building. Like, because they would catch them in their part of the building all the time. And I'm like, if I'm sitting at my desk, minding my own business, and a camel spider crawls on me, I'm going to have heart failure. I'm going to break my neck trying to run up out of here. Like, I can't do it. And so one night, I'm walking to the Cadillacs, aka the bathrooms, to use the bathroom, and I gotta pee like a racehorse. I am trying to get to the bathroom. It's dark, and I'm trying to get there expeditiously, as T.I. would say. And I stopped to tie my boot. And as I'm down tying my boot, I hear, right? And I said, what is that? Because depending on where you deploy to, a lot of locations have gravel down, for people to walk on. Which I don't know who thought that was a good idea to put gravel down on these installations, because especially in desert environments, it can get humid and very moist, and those rocks get slippery at night. Okay. And I have almost bust my ass a few times trying to run to the bathroom at night because of how slippery them rocks would be. But that's neither here nor there. So I hear the clicking sound across the rocks. And I'm like this, down at my shoe. I stop and look up like this. And as I look up, I am looking face to face with a camel spider. When I tell you I stopped breathing, I no longer had to pee because it went right back up. I saw my life flash before my eyes. Camel spiders can get big as hell. They get huge, bro. This one was not that big. It was probably the same size of my hand, which is still big when you think of a spider. But camel spiders, that's small. Okay. I stopped breathing and everything, and just was staring eye to eye with this thing. And I was like, who gonna move first? Like, that was my concern. Who's moving first? Is it gonna be me or the spider? And then I barely moved, and it scared it, so it took off running the opposite direction. I ran the other direction, I no longer had to pee because I couldn't even think straight. I ran for my life like my life depended on it. And I still had in the back of my mind all of these stories that they chase your shadow and blah, 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 which that is not necessarily the case. But yeah, I was freaking out. And yeah, that was when I thought, oh, Jesus. That is when I thought my life was gonna end. And so no, I don't do camel spiders. I don't like no kind of spiders, but a camel spider, you can miss me with that. You can miss me with that. All right, now that's it. That's your portal. Okay, bye.